It's an earth one. Attacks and crabs inflict random ailments, 30% chance. That's actually really good. That's like really good. Maybe I give it to Wazi. Maybe this could be Wazi's master quartz because I use a lot of arts. I mean, it's attacking crabs too, so it doesn't need to be for Wazi, but I should look at the stat bonuses. What are the stat bonuses? 70 strength, ATS 70. Yeah, I think I need to equip this. A matter of who I equip it to is up for debate. I think I need to equip this to someone. Because I really like Noelle having the immunity at the beginning of battle, so I don't want to get rid of her Aegis. Even though my first instinct is to give it to Noelle. Tia works with Cannon. Randy also works with... Yeah, critical strikes, that works for Randy. What about this? Raise AP and ATS, killing enemies restores EP. Your original was Wing, wasn't it? What if I give you Wing back? You get Aerial and Spark down. You don't get anything new. If I level it up more... You'll lose Silverthorn. That's fine. Yeah, we'll put you back on Wing for a bit. Maybe. Yeah, put you back on Wing for now. Juggler is like really tempting. It's so tempting. Like, I definitely want to put it on someone, I just don't know who. It could work on Lloyd. Lloyd doesn't really need the ATS. I feel like Lloyd... Yeah, 210 strength, though, for Lloyd is... Like, that's ridiculous. Lloyd does not need the SSS. Or SSS. Lloyd does not need the ATS boost, like, at all. And look at how much strength I get from Force, so I feel like I don't want to give it to Lloyd. I feel like it's between Noelle or Wazi, because with Noelle, it'll give her more attack and ATS. It's also already level 3, which is nice. I don't have to, like, level it up. So maybe we do give it to Noelle. Although, if we're not using Noelle, we can give it to, like, Wazi or something. I mean, it's already level 3, so we don't need to level it up. It can always be like a situational thing. We can just switch it when I feel necessary. So I think I am going to give it to Wazi for now. Because it's not back at level 1, which is really nice. I think I kept everyone's original except Lloyd and Noelle. Yeah, it seems like everyone's originals just kind of work. Like Randy, his original works. Lloyd's original, I feel, works. It's nice that they give you the option to switch and mix and match, but, you know. I mean, that's why I like having the Master Quartz system, because you can either keep the originals or you can, like, mix and match, try new combinations. It adds a lot of depth. But yeah, most of the time, the originals I just keep. I just like the originals. I feel like the originals are, like, good for the character. Other than, like, Noelle's, like, first one, Aegis is, like, a better version than it in every way. Like, Aegis is better than Shield, I feel. Like, getting defense up is nice, but I really think the immunity thing is good, and I imagine this question mark is also going to be good. And Juggler really could work for, like, anyone? Because with Juggler, I really like the ATS and strength boost. Like, they're both even. And getting Noelle's, like, a boost is really nice. So. But Aegis is also nice because it gives you immunity. So. Immunity really comes in a pinch. Especially when you're not using TO and you don't have Zero Field. So I think we're probably always going to use, like, Wazi and Ellie, or at least one of them, probably both, though. And maybe even Lloyd are, like, always in the party. Like, the way I'm playing the game, I always use Lloyd, Ellie, Wazi, and then I just switch the 4th character. is how I play. So Juggler could be like we could just switch it between characters. So we can give it to Noelle when I use Noelle, basically. Like if I use Noelle, then I'll give her Juggler or something. And I can give Wazzy like another ATS focused one or something. I'm pretty sure there's still one at Crossbow we have to go buy, but as soon as I'm back in Crossbow, I'll go look at it. I do like the Master Quartz system, and I see what chat was saying. It is better in Azure than it is in Cold Steel 1 and 2. In Cold Steel 1 and 2, it's still like the Master Quartz system, but yeah, I see what chat is saying. It is better in Azure because you get more freedom with it. With the way quartz work in general. There it is, Control Terminal 4. Finally, boy am I tired. From what? We were the ones smacking the monsters around, you know. He's tired from getting one-shotted by that fire art. Go easy on him, Randy. He's probably not used to walking just as much as we did. True, Tio and I also had trouble keeping up with the boys when we first started. And Yona's even worse shut-in than I was before joining the SSS. All things considered, he was a very brave boy, and I'm proud of him. Aw, cram it. You don't know how lucky you have it at your age. Adults can't get away with living the way you do. Still, every bit of pizza and junk food you bite into is bound to bite you back one of these years. Hey Yona, if you want, I'd be more than happy to go jogging with you. You can even start off slow. How does 1 week sound? Once a week sound. Oh, shut up, just leave me alone. It's too hot to put up with this crap. Let's just get to the terminal room and crank up the AC already. What the heck? Holy moly! What is this thing? A supervised version of one of those cleaning robots from B Sector. No, I don't think this machine is meant for the type of cleaning you're thinking of. Yona, stay back. Right. Oh, you're giving me the good music for this boss? Yeah, beep beep beep. Target acquired, assessing orbital network, hostiles identified. What is this thing? Impossible? Did it just search the orbital network to identify us? It sure did, buddy. Danger level 3, that's a lot of danger level. That's high enough, I guess. Kill mode engaged. You guess? Yeah, why would a robot say you guess? I'm glad Ellie is not the only... I'm glad I'm not the only one who, like, thought that was strange. Since when do these buckets of bolts have opinions? Never mind that, we have to stop it. This is all looking pretty sus. Sanitation? That's not sanitary. Don't lie to me. Who do you think you are? Ooh, I can immediately see what you're weak to. Weak to wind. We're going to be using a lot of wind with... a lot of spark dimes with Ellie. Well, I think I Golden Halo to reduce your defense and ADF. This tier status ailments. Dude, I love having this battle music for the whole fight. It's so nice. Ellie, you know what to do. A lot of spark dimes. You already have the strength buff, so just get in there, Lord. Oh, buddy, just you. Oh my word, 4,400. It just healed. You would get the HP heal. That's like a whole spark dime worth of healing. Now spark dime should do even more, though. Enigma Kudo. Try a photon shot. And I will strike heaven. Let's go. Oh, and strength. Oh no! It's gonna hurt. It didn't hurt as much as I thought it would, though. Okay, gonna be honest. I was expecting a bigger boost than like 300. And we're still knocking this thing down pretty far. How did that not suck in Wazzy? Bum 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 bum. No, my ADF reduction. 2,300 or 2,300, yeah. 23,000, that's not 2,300. I should do this so I can get the enemy too. Still wind. Tempting. I'm convinced. Yo, what's up, Prunky? Welcome to the stream. I'm doing well. Ozzy, how do you do this on a big machine like this? How is it done? What is your secret? Death Spiral. No, my aerial! For that, I should have Spark Time. Ellie, give us a Holy Rain, because we're getting pretty low, and Lloyd and Tio are burned. Bum, bum. Ah, the vacuum, it burns. It hurts. You are getting really low. Like, insanely low. I can get both of you. Say no more. Why? Omega Strike or do I Rising Summit Lloyd? Question is, if I don't Omega Strike, what would Tio's turn be? I could get an art delay, so I think I'd rather take advantage of that. Yeah, I feel like that's the play here. I really only hit Wazzy. Oh, Tio dodge. That makes more sense. I didn't see the exclamation mark because of how massive this thing is. Wazzy, just go for a gold halo for range. We're gonna go for the Rising Sun finish. It'll be great. You caught another ally. That's illegal. Isn't one ally enough? Have you considered not making my life any more difficult? You massive robot that apparently has opinions programmed into it or whatever. That'll bring me to 30. So if I do this, I'll build back to 100. Because I'll hit 2 enemies here. Everything divider. Good job, Randy. Thunder. Don't die. Don't die from this. I want the Rising Sun finish so badly. I think it died. I still get the... Oh, Tio's dead. Ah, well, she missed out on a bit of experience. I still got the Rising Sun finish, just not on the machine. I'll still take it. I still get to see this animation. Who's your favorite party member, character, and usage if you want to separate them? Party-wise, I mean, I don't really have a favorite character gameplay-wise. I always use Lloyd, Ellie, and Wazzy, so I feel like it'd be one of those three. They've like never left my team. The characters I always end up switching between are the fourth one, Tio, Randy, and Noelle. Character-wise? I need to think about this for a bit. I don't think I have a favorite. I really... Probably Wazzy. I think Wazzy would be up there. Randy's also really, really good too. The stuff they have with Randy and Azure... Like, I liked Randy and Zero, but the stuff they have with Randy and Zero makes me think that Randy would be maybe a top 3 contender. And I really like Ellie. I like all the characters. I don't really, like, I don't have, like, a shining star favorite, but I like the characters. I like the SSS a lot. Like, I like Lloyd. Tio's really good. Lloyd, but not Lloyd. I really like Ellie. I really like Tio. Randy, he's had some good stuff. So Randy, I liked in Zero. I liked all the SSS in Zero especially, but Azure has warmed me up to Randy more. Wazzy is also really good. Wazzy probably be like my favorite, maybe. I really like Wazzy. I just like Wazzy's personality a lot. So I think Wazzy would be my favorite, maybe. And Noelle's pretty good. Lloyd, on the other hand, I haven't talked about this much. Lloyd is probably my least favorite. And I feel like that's like, just like Lloyd doesn't really get like as much focus as the other characters. It's very similar to the Lunar games, Lunar 1 and Lunar 2, where the protagonists just don't feel as like, you know, they don't get as much focus. They're just there to be the protagonist and move the plot along. Like, Lloyd is still good, but Lloyd is definitely my least favorite easily. Like, easily, Lloyd is my least favorite of the SSS. But he's not bad. He's fine. He's neat, even. But he's my least favorite. Because Lloyd doesn't really get much, like, as much focus as the SSS. He's kind of just here to be the protagonist and build the other ones up, I feel. But yeah, I still like Lloyd, but I don't like... He's easily my least favorite, and it's an easy least favorite pick. He doesn't have as much going for him as, like, Tio, Randy, or... We haven't really gotten much with Wazzy yet. I imagine we'll get more with Wazzy because, we're building up some stuff with Wazzy, so I imagine Wazzy will get more time to shine, but I like Wazzy so far, so Wazzy has more time to shine, hopefully, but Lloyd just doesn't have much going for him compared to, like, Tio, Ellie, Randy, or even Noelle. So, yeah. That's, like, that's probably my opinions on the characters. I like the SSS as a group. I think as a group they are good. And they're definitely my favorite thing about Zero and Azure combined. And they're definitely the reason that I finished Azure. Or, not Azure. Zero. Because, like, throughout Zero, I was like, yeah, you know what? Trails from Zero was, like, fine. And I think the one thing I really liked about it was the SSS and how genuine their bond felt. I feel like the bond between them really felt genuine in Zero. And that was the one thing pushing me through the game. And that's the one thing that, like, carried me through the game. So... And so far, Azure, like, I'll be real with you. Azure, it's better than Zero, no question. And when it gets going, it has some wild moments. Like, the stuff with the Red Constellation is pretty good. And also, some other stuff, like the Crossbow stuff. Like, it has some good moments. It still has a lot of the slow burn moments of Zero and stuff. But overall, it's easily a better game, obviously. It's a good game because, you know, some of the stuff that's been happening, I'm, like, mildly invested. I'm not, like, crazy invested, but I'm mildly invested. They have hooked me a little bit, I'll admit. I'm really excited for this chapter and whatever happens after, though. Sorry for that long tangent, but that question just, you know... it's a YouTube playthrough, it's bound to happen. That machine. It wasn't anything like the ones that were illegally dumped here. There's a possibility that it was the work of Ouroboros. Its mannerisms resembled the archaism we once encountered outside of Dar Marconi's office. That Eastern-looking one, right? This heap of scrap metal acted way more advanced than that guy, though. Not to mention, it seemed to be connected to the orbital network. Do you think that's a sign of society's involvement? Who cares? It's not like it's gonna come back and tell you. The important thing is, I don't hate a single member of the SSS. Even in Crossbell, there's very few characters I hate. Obviously, there's a lot of characters in Crossbell. There's gonna be one or two you don't like. There's very few I dislike. The worst I can say about a character off the top of my head is that they're fine and I don't really care for them. Not that I actively dislike them, you know? That's the important thing. Crossbell has the most well-rounded cast of oh yeah, neat to likable characters. Can't go wrong. It's also hard to pick a favorite though. Not necessarily because partially because there's a lot of good picks, but it's just hard to pick a favorite because so far, not many of them have stood out as oh, amazing characters, but they're good. They're good. The tier under fantastic, you know? Who cares? It's not like it's gonna come back and tell you. Now can we please go to the terminal room and get some AC going? Besides, I'm Yona Sacred, remember? The genius of the century. I could dig up the dirt on those guys like it's nothing. I can't tell whether your feelers are just completely lacking in social graces. He's got confidence, that much is for sure.